promised you guys a video introducing the calves and giving you some information about 4-H and my daughter's 4-H projects. The girls, my daughters, Jolene and Natalie, they compete or they go to fair every single year, and their main project is beef prospects. For our fair, we can take either Holstein calves, beef cross calves, or pure beef bred cattle. A Holstein prospect is what we have chosen, or what they have chosen, I guess. For us, it's easiest. It's I find it very easy to raise a Holstein, and we just go to a local dairy farm and we pick out calves. So we get them when they are a couple days old. Jolene and Natalie both get one, each their own. They are pure Holsteins, so they go into the Holstein class. So they go against other Holsteins. Basically what it is an opportunity for my girls to learn some life lessons, give them some hands-on skill and development. 4-H is something where children of all ages, from super little up until they're, graduated and just out of high school, you can take several different projects. Like some people do baking, some people do crafts, some people raise animals or show animals. 4-H is a wonderful program to get children involved and to get parents involved with stuff. I know I've learned things with my girls being in 4-H, but their main project of choice is the beef prospect calves. So we get them when they're a couple days old, like I said. This is the girls' responsibility. So Jolene and Natalie have to take care of this all on their own. They get up at 6 in the morning and they mix up their bottles. They get fed milk replacer, and they are fed one bottle in the morning, one bottle at night. We give them a corn and pellet mixture. So they get this for feed, and then I also give them horse hay. But this is what they get for food. So the calves stay in here, and they're kept on milk for, honestly, I keep them on milk replacer for about 2 months. We typically get them, it's this time of year, it'd be the beginning of February, end of January, so it's typically very cold for us here in Michigan. So I keep them on milk a little bit longer just to make sure they get through the cold weather fine, and they're able to handle it. So the girls feed them in the morning, the girls feed them at night. Each calf has its own little pen or little stall. And the reason they both have their own little stall is because calves are really bad for suckling on each other. They'll suck on each other's ears, on their navels, pretty much anywhere they can get their mouth latched onto. And that is a good way for them to spread bacteria. Like if they're sucking on an ear and it's -20 out, they get the ear soaking wet, and then the ear freezes. So stuff like that, we want them to be separate. And then also that way too, it's easier for us to gauge how much each one is eating and if there's any health concerns that we have to be worried about. It's also good for the girls because this is Natalie's calf, this is Jolene's calf. They each have their own thing to take care of, to make sure that they have fresh straw, to make sure they have fresh water, to make sure they have hay, to make sure they have corn. So it is both their responsibility to watch their calf. And through my YouTube channel this summer, I'm actually really excited to do this. I want to show you guys what goes through the process of getting them ready for fair, and then what happens once they get to the fair. If you've followed my TikTok channel for a while, you've seen us do this a few years now, like a few years in a row. So the girls are going to spend the entire summer bathing them, taking them out for walks on the grass, teaching them how to set up, because you want the cattle to stand a certain way when you are presenting to a judge. So they are going to be doing that, teaching the calf how to stop, how to walk forward, and how to turn away from them and where to put their feet. It's something the girls do on their own. When they were younger, I helped them, but now that they're older, they're teenagers, and it's their thing. It has been their thing for a few years. I don't do it. I'm there to guide them a little bit, maybe give some assistance or advice if they're stuck on something, but I don't do it for them. They definitely are the ones that do it. So we go to a local feed store and we pick up their grain, and I already have the hay in the barn because of the horses. But this summer, I really want to take you guys on the journey, and, you know, so you could watch them grow with us. And, you know, the girls are, like I said, they're going to take them out, and they're going to walk them, and we're going to tie them up, and they're going to get bathed, and they're going to get loved on. They really love last year, the cattle we had last year really loved the Stanley alfalfa treats that we give to the horses. They thought those were delicious. So the girls give them treats and cookies, and they love them, and, you know, it's their summer project. It's like a job. And what happens at the end of the summer, so they'll go to fair, which is the second week of August, I think, this year, and they will present their calf to the judges, and they will be basically, you know, they'll be put against their peers, against the same age group and against the same size cattle that weigh the same or the same breed, and they'll be judged. And at the end of fair, so they get ribbons. My girls usually do pretty good when it comes to fair. They've always had good years. They take very good care of their calves. We keep them nice and clean and dry, just well taken care of. But at the end of the fair week, they will take their ribbons that they've earned, and they take their calf and they walk them up to the auction. So at the fairgrounds, they have an auction. They go in there, they walk them around, and bidders, businesses, will buy their calf. And then typically what happens from there is the calf usually, most of the time, goes to an auction, and then from there a farmer buys it. So it goes through an auction at the end of the fair week, okay? A business buys it to support the child on their 4-H journey. And then from there, the critter goes to another sale barn where a farmer will buy it. And what happens with the calves is once it gets to the farmer, it gets put out with other cattle, it gets raised, you know, until it's mature enough, and then they go for their intended use. So we don't actually take them to end of life. We just have them from, you know, February until August, but they become part of the family while they're here. Like I said, we bathe them, we walk them, we do all the things with them. We, you know, they're taken care of while they're here. But after fair week, we have no say in what happens. So the girls get a paycheck, and then that paycheck goes into their savings account that they can use later on for college or other sports activities, you know, or for maybe like the purchase of their first house when they're older. So it's kind of like a summer job for the girls. This year we have Theodore and Peter. Yes, I had to think for a second. I almost forgot their names. Peter is Natalie's, Theodore is Jolene's. So I guess what I'll do, actually, let me show you them. This is Peter in his little box. And then this one is Theodore in his little box. Isn't that right? So they will spend the summer here. We're gonna get to know them, and I wanna make videos about them all summer long. I wanna show you guys like the beginning process and how much of a struggle it is for the girls, and then what they get to at the end of it. So my goal is to definitely take you on this little like 4-H journey of them raising their projects for 4-H. So I just wanted to share that. I know a lot of you were asking about it, and I wanted to put it on YouTube for you to watch. So here's my second shot at figuring out how to do YouTube content, and I hope to do more